Glenn McCrory, but first, let's hear from our Master of Ceremonies, Simon Goodall.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome viewers joining us live on Sky Sports, where Frank Maloney for Panics Promotions, in association with John Ashton, and your sponsors this evening, Energising Red Square, who proudly presents Championship Boxing, brought to you here at Mansfield Leisure Centre. Contest in the ring is a middleweight contest over 10 3-minute rounds. Between and introducing firstly in the blue corner, he's wearing the black trunks trimmed with red. As a professional from 38 contests, he has 14 wins with 22 losses and 2 draws. 9 of his wins coming by way of knockouts. He comes to the ring from the Premiership town of Watford and weighed in 11 stone 8 pounds. He is known as me, myself and I, Ojay Abraham. And his opponent across the ring in the red corner, he's wearing the black and the gold trunks. As professionally has the impressive record of 25 contests, 25 wins, 23 of his wins coming by way of the big KO. He comes to the ring as the current British middleweight champion from Battersea, the Battersea Bomber, Howard Eastman. Your officials for this contest appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control, your timekeepers Mr Brian Heath, and your referee in charge of the action is one of Britain's leading referees, Mr Terry O'Connor of Birmingham.
So Terry O'Connor standing by to give final instructions here.
When I say break, look straight away.
Ojay Abrahams.
Ladies and gentlemen, 10 3-minute rounds.
From the Premiership town of Watford. I'm not sure how much longer it'll be a Premiership town, but Ojay was telling me beforehand, watch out, we're going to stay up, and I can cause an upset tonight as well. He's a very, very confident character, and he has shot 1 or 2 people in the past. He had Wayne Alexander, the man who's fighting for the British light middleweight title pretty soon, down twice, and Jeff McCreesh, the former British welterweight champion as well, but giving away natural weight here to Howard Eastman, the British middleweight champion, though on the scales they're both 11 stone 8, but really this is Abraham's virtual walk around weight. He really is a light middleweight, and Eastman is coming into the ring, I can tell you, with instructions from Frank Maloney, his manager, to go for it and go for it good, and he's already got Abrahams down with that right hand.
6, 7, 8.
Well, Abrahams was trying to unload on Eastman and got caught himself.
Eastman has been told to be more assertive. Despite his record of 25 straight wins, Frank Maloney says, if you can do that, I'll get you a world title fight this year.
Well, at times he can be a little bit lazy, Eastman, and really that's the big danger here, because Abrahams can punch, can cause the odd upset, and really that's his best chance. Big physical disadvantages for Abrahams.
Abrahams is one of the domestic fight businesses, great self-publicists. He's even released his own video called Welcome to the Wonderful World of Ojay Abrahams. Got your copy, Glenn?
I have, actually, yeah.
Is any good?
Well, this is a video from a fighter who's on a run of 7 straight defeats.
Just slipping over there on the ropes. He's saying that's just a slip, and I think it was too. And acknowledged as such by referee Terry O'Connor from Birmingham. Should he go 10 rounds, Abrahams will do well to go this far. That's a good left hook from him, though. Just don't know quite how good Howard Eastman might turn out to be. He's world rated by the World Boxing Association. They had him as high as #3 the last time I looked.
Well, he's done that without really being in fights of note. You know, he hasn't had opponents in there that are really dangerous. So, you know, he's been lucky in a large way. You know, we're still yet to know the full truth of Howard Eastman.
Looking for the right uppercut.
Break! The boxing!
Abrahams holding on to his left hand. Watch that holding, says Terry O'Connor, the referee, to Abrahams, who found himself disqualified and had his license suspended the first time he fought Wayne Alexander. Second time it was a thriller. Alexander won it, but not after several scares from Abrahams. Good exchanges there. Eastman getting the better of them, but he really is quite brave and courageous and fancies himself with his punch power, Abrahams. His good little left hooks from him, but I'm afraid, from his point of view, this time they're just bouncing off Eastman. Welcome back. We're in Mansfield tonight. There might be a Mike Tyson media frenzy on at the moment, but the domestic business goes on.
Well, there's two good punches from Eastman. He was just getting ready to unload Abrahams, got through with a right and a little bit of a left, but then good punches from Eastman with both hands.
Here's the second round. British middleweight champion in the tiger skin type trunks, Howard Eastman from Battersea, who carries the moniker Battersea Bomber, predictably enough. I wonder how long it took them to think of that one. Eastman getting success and knocking Abrahams halfway through the ropes there. He'll have to take a mandatory 8 count. He's down in the opening seconds of the second round, as he was in the opening seconds of the first. Doesn't look badly dazed.
He knows it's his best chance to try and let the hooks go, Abrahams. And at times he is getting through, but the greater power is with Eastman. Very awkward. Abrahams coming in with head very low.
Right uppercut hurt him. Recoiled away. Takes refuge by the ropes. And gives himself another 8 seconds for his head to clear. But the natural difference in the weight is telling here. He's really feeling these punches from the full-blown middleweight. I saw him there just tap his heart, as if to say, well, I might have been on the canvas a few times, but I'm still going to go for this. Only knew that he was having this fight about 10 days ago, Ojay Abrahams.
Well, the physical advantage is all too much, really. I mean, he's so tall, so powerful, Eastman. He just can't get close enough to him, Abrahams.
He just can't take these shots, Ojay Abrahams, and I think the referee's going to have to step in and stop this. And this time he does. Yeah, that's a sensible decision. There was only one outcome. No more punishment for Ojay Abrahams. And a quick win for Howard Eastman. A predictable one, too. People will say, well, that didn't prove much, just fighting a light middleweight. And they do have to step him up in class. And I understand there are plans to maybe put him in with the IBO champion, Push McCambie. This is the fellow who's come over here and left a dent in the records of Ensley Bingham and Adrian Dodson, and indeed Steve Foster. So that would be something, I think, really for Eastman to go for. I don't think tonight proved too much, but he's got it job done, Glenn, and quick.
Yeah, if he got it done, and he got it done in good style, Eastman, I think he'll be, pretty pleased with that. But he does need better fights now, and you say Push McCambie, that sort of fight to really see what he's got. This was the first knockdown, just taking a left hook from Abrahams, but then a good right hand almost sent him through the ropes.
And while we're watching this, by the way, Ojay Abrahams has leant across the ropes and said, give a message to my son Cassius at home. He's 11 years old. He's been watching on the telly. He says Dad's okay and he's on his way home. That's nice.
Yeah, he does think an awful lot of his son. Good uppercut from Eastman, just rolling Abrahams back, and he didn't want any more of that.
And thank goodness Dad is okay, because he was out of his weight class here, really. A light middleweight against a heavy punching middleweight, and for Eastman 26 straight wins now and 24 inside schedule, but they do now need to push him on into bigger fights, Glenn.
Yes, I think it certainly is time, to really see what he's got. He's got all the physical attributes, good power, and he does look as if he could be a really good fighter, but we need to see him in fights of big meaning. And you see he's blind there. Abraham's just walking away and didn't want any more of it. And the referee was right to call it all over there.
Yeah, good decision by Terry O'Connor. It was the only one. And Howard Eastman keeps his unbeaten record, 26-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute and 55 seconds of round 2, the referee Terry O'Connor having stopped the contest. Ojay Abrams unfortunately being able to continue. The winner and still undefeated, the Battersea Bomber, Howard Eastman. And your appreciation for very game boxer indeed.